Hey everybody, lots to get into in this update. Right off the top, there's a huge story in the Victoria presale industry. So after 4 years in development, a new building, which is out by Mayfair Mall, has had to terminate buyer contracts and give back the deposits. Now, as you can imagine, this is hugely disappointing and devastating for all these buyers who have been waiting years for their condo to complete. The developer was unable to hit their targets and is switching or likely switching over to a rental-only model. This development had a lot of issues along the way. It was slated to be one of the first mass timber high-rises in BC, which didn't really pan out as they were expecting, and they had to switch to concrete and steel construction. But ultimately, it's another victim of rising construction costs over the last 4 years. They aren't the only ones running into trouble. A lot of the presale market and the condo market in general is struggling right now. An upcoming downtown hotel on Broad Street has also hit rising construction costs and is asking for 2 additional stories or 31 more rooms to make the numbers work. If that story sounds familiar, it's because it is. The Pacific House development in Esquimalt asked for exactly the same thing from the municipality, 2 additional floors to help cover their costs, but they were denied. Some developments, however, have successfully completed, such as the Ness, the Haven, and One Bear Mountain. But we are seeing quite a few units being listed in some of these developments for resale. Why so many listings? Much like the developers, individual buyers' financial situations have also changed drastically from when they signed the contracts 2, 3, or 4 years ago in an environment of much lower interest rates. And they're entering into a market with their new listings in an environment that's already filled with condos. The best example I can give you to show you how bad the downtown condo market is: a 2-bed, 2-bath in a building less than 10 years old, sold for just $550,000. And these were going over $800,000 at the peak 2 years ago. I do think this one's a little bit of an anomaly. I don't know all the details about the seller, or maybe they were distressed or the unit was in disrepair. But it really speaks volumes that we are seeing certain sales like this at what is essentially below the replacement cost to build new. Don't panic though, the condo market will rebound. It's just really a bad time to sell right now if you have to. You might be better off to rent it out, since it doesn't look like the rents are dropping at all. If we look on Facebook Marketplace, the cheapest studio is $1,600 a month downtown. 1 beds are $2,100 on average, and 2 beds $2,800 respectively. Because of all the bad news and because of all these high rents, I don't think we're seeing too many other downtown presale condos being built, perhaps at least for another 5 years or longer, which should result in all this inventory being absorbed as our population and demand increases year over year. So if you did buy a condo in the last few years, don't worry too much, because you likely will have the newest condo in Victoria for quite a few years to come. And I think buyers will always be attracted to whatever is newest. Older condos are running into more and more problems: high insurance costs, big renovation costs, and special assessments. So your new condo, when it's competing against an older condo, I think it's going to perform very well. There's a 1990s condo in Fernwood where owners are being hit with nearly $200,000 special assessments. I'm going to make a video on that topic soon because the sheer number of condos in Victoria from the 90s that I think are going to be having similar experiences is quite staggering. They're all facing the same issues with the roof, the siding, the plumbing. All these major systems are nearing the end of life at the same time, because typically, for example, a roof will last 30 to 35 years on a condo like this. So we're going to see a lot of this throughout Victoria, and I think it's all going to happen relatively quickly in the next 5 years. The other big change to the broader market has been CMHC increasing the insured mortgage cap from $1 million to $1.5 million. This means now that a buyer with less than 20% down can qualify for a home up to $1.5 million. They've also eliminated the need for a stress test when renewing your mortgage, and they're increasing amortization periods from 25 years up to 30 years for certain segments, such as first-time home buyers and buyers of new construction. All good moves, and I've seen some estimates say that this should give buyers maybe another 10 to 15% more buying power. It's too early to say how many buyers this will affect or if it will affect the market, but over the next few years, I think it puts us in a good position that prices will continue to go up, and in particular, a lot more upward pressure on detached homes in that $1 to $1.5 million range. That $1 million mark from CMHC, where you needed 20% down, has always been sort of an artificial barrier that keeps a lot of things priced at about $999,000. Looking at the detached market, it's faring okay, certainly better than condos. I'm seeing multiple offers in some segments. For example, I saw a house in Saanich with 3 rental suites on a large lot. Lots of development potential here and probably even cash flow neutral or positive. And that got multiple offers. Desirable neighborhoods like Oak Bay, Gordon Head, and Sydney, they continue to be in demand if the house is nice and well priced. The big question, of course, is if we do get more rate cuts, which a lot of people are predicting to happen in late October, will prices start to go up again, and will we see a strong fall, or will we have to wait till spring to see that big rebound? I want to know your thoughts on that. Let me know in the comments below. One thing's for sure, lots of price drops out there. In the last 3 days, there have been 116 price drops, which exceeds the amount of sales, which is only 96 sales. That's a lot of price drops, and it's quite telling to just where the market is. You have to be very realistic when pricing your home right now. It doesn't look like buyers have any appetite to write an offer or even show a home that's overpriced. That's it for this update. Thanks so much for watching. Please let me know what you're experiencing out there. If you're a buyer or seller, if you're just watching Victoria's real estate market, let me know what you're seeing and experiencing in the comments below, and let me know your predictions of what we're going to see this fall as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.